Honorable Chancellor Michael Wilson, Honorable President, my friend Dr. David Naylor, Professor Soman, Professor Saini, dignitaries on the dais, dear graduating students, families, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is indeed a special privilege and honor for me to be here in front of you all in this great hall, receiving honorary degree and also having the privilege to address this great group of students. I thank the University of Toronto for this opportunity. I have known about this great university for many, many years. I've admired all the research work that has been done here. I've had several interactions with your president, and I am now proud to be part of your community. Thank you for this honor. This is an honor just not for me, but for all of my colleagues and my great friends from India and the Indian community here. First, I want to congratulate all of the graduating students, and I want to wish them the best of the best journey going forward. I can't help but remember my first graduation just about 51 years ago. I had a degree in physics, just like you all. I was standing there thinking about the future. Had no clue as to how it would unfold. I was born in a small little tribal village in India, 8 brothers and sisters. In a village, there was no electricity, no doctor, no hospital, no nurse. All 8 kids were born at home. All 8 turned out to be mentally healthy, physically healthy. I was the first one to graduate from college. And then one fine morning read in the newspaper that President Kennedy has decided to send man onto the moon. I was young, energetic, little bit stupid. I decided to come to America. Had no clue what it meant. Took a boat from India to Europe, took a train from Europe to London, and then took a plane from London to New York, which landed up in Montreal because of the snow. That was my entry into the North America. I had a girlfriend in India, so I came to get a PhD in physics, and it turns out that it takes 7 years. I instantly changed my mind and decided to go into electrical engineering. Got married, built businesses, raised family, and then after about 15 years, went to India and tried to call my wife and couldn't connect. Little bit of arrogance and lot of ignorance said, I'm going to fix this. If I had known everything I know today about India, Indian bureaucracy, I would have never tried it. I learned my lesson that ignorance can be a great asset. Came home, told my wife that I'm going to spend my time next decade in improving India's telecom. Changed my nationality, went back to India, worked there, built great human resource. Then we had 2 million telephones for 750 million people. It used to take 10 years to get telephone connection. Today, India has 900 million phones. India is a nation of connected billion. India is growing at 8%, 7%. India generates $100 billion worth of software export every year, year after year. I had never used telephone in my life before coming to America. There were very few phones. Someone who had phone, he was too rich to be my friend. So there was no need to call anybody. I had never seen television before coming to America. I saw my first real TV in Canada at the hotel, and like little monkey, I went berserk. I started changing verticals, horizontals, started counting dots. Then I had a heart attack, quadruple bypass. I ran out of money. Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, who was my great supporter, it was his political will that gave me the strength to do things. He died, and I had to come back to the US to rebuild my personal life. I spent a decade putting my life to order, but I had no visa to come back. So I came as a tourist, but I couldn't get a job as a tourist. So I built a business. I have two great kids. They're all grown up, and I again decided to turn my attention back to India. I spent time on lots of interesting and romantic activities in India. I spent half of my time in the US, half in India commuting. The life has been very interesting. Sitting there, graduating 51 years ago, I had no idea how it would turn out to be. It was full of risk, reward, exciting, interesting, daunting, exhilarating, fascinating journey. Totally unpredictable. But I know that the education empowered me. Education redefined me constantly. And as I went on learning, I started redefining myself over and over again. I'm a son of a carpenter. When I got a degree in computer science, everyone forgot that I'm son of a carpenter. I had a new caste. Based on my little journey, I want to share with you 5 simple thoughts. And I hope that these thoughts will help you in your journey going forward. First, you are indeed living in the most interesting and exciting times ever in the history of mankind. These are great times to be living. We are at peace. There is lots of prosperity. Communication has connected everybody in the world. Transportation has improved. Energy resources are in abundance. Education is accessible to a large number of people. Longevity has increased. And I believe many of you would live to be 120 to 150 years. So get ready for a long life. Also get ready for multiple careers. Item number 2, science and technology has played a very important role in creating this new world. As I said, longevity has increased, infant mortality has decreased, and there are lots and lots of new innovations out there to change everything we do today. Mainly information and communication technology, internet, has changed everything around us. It has changed business models, delivery systems, content, and I believe it will have far-reaching implications on education, health, governance, financial systems, agriculture. Mobile phones are becoming a whole new way of handling all kinds of services. To me, science is an entry point to bring about generational change. To me, technology is a great social leveler, second only to death. To me, the language of technology is the new language of the 21st century. Unfortunately, best brains in the world have been so busy solving problems of the poor, problems of the rich, who really don't have problems to solve. And as a result, problems of the poor really don't get the right kind of talent. Next 20, 30 years are essentially going to be focusing on problems of the poor. Point number 3, the forces of technology, globalization, privatization, free market economy, liberalization are changing total global scenario. Center of gravity is shifting towards Asia. Rise of India and China is inevitable. The world we created after World War II with UN, World Bank, IMF, NATO, WIPO, WTO is going to change substantially in the next couple of decades. The world still has a lot of disparity. The world still needs to spread development to large number of people in Asia and Africa and Latin America. So world will have to focus on inclusive growth. We'll have to define new parameters of measurements. Economy is not going to be the only way to measure the world. Human development is going to be the key. Point number 4, you young can play an important role in bridging this gap, in pushing this development. You can help create new world for the people at the bottom of the economic pyramid. For example, in India, we are growing at 8%, but we still have 400 million below poverty line. We have 300 million illiterates. Unless and until we lift them up, the overall development will not have the same meaning for a large number of people. I believe at times we have 19th century mindset, 20th century processes, and 21st century needs. You can begin to change that mindset. You can drive different agenda world over. You can create new jobs. You can create new opportunities. But you will have to think differently. You cannot think the way your parents and your teachers thought. You got to think out of the box. Point number 5, I know you can do it provided you begin to innovate. Provided you recognize that work is going to drive your destiny. Provided you focus on innovation, hard work, discipline, perseverance, character, risk, entrepreneurship, and provided you build a very strong self, which go beyond yourself and begin to look at the interest in others. I know my journey has been totally unpredictable. I believe your journey will also be, to some extent, unpredictable. I know harder you work, luckier you get. I know failures are part of life. My highs have been very high, and my lows have been very low. And that's the journey I preferred. And like mine, I believe your journey would be equally interesting, exciting, romantic. I wish you the best of the best. And I hope today, as you leave this hall with the background from university, this great University of Toronto, you start your interesting journey forward. Thank you.